A few years ago, we made a decision that changed everything.
What you doing, honey?
Fishing.
Indoor s'mores.
Indoor s'mores. Whoa, whoa, Ryan!
Coming up on this episode.
I'll make you another gourmet meal.
Hey, thanks.
He's gonna make a little box for that fan up there.
Well, I had no idea that my husband surprised me and did something very, very sweet.
Well, here's the greenhouse, and the potting table is a big storage area. So what I'm going to do is surprise my wife and give her some shelves so we can give her back her potting tables.
I'm really looking forward to a project that Ryan's working on today. It's been really, really wet out, and he's had a couple of days of unbelievable maneuvering, and oh boy. So today, you can see it's a little bit wet still. He's going to be putting up shelves in the greenhouse, which is going to be really, really nice. At some point, my hope is to take the plastic off and get an acrylic covering on there where you can really see through. That'd be fun. Remember when we were on the supply run the other day? A dear friend of mine told me about how we could go and get Starbucks coffee grounds for free and use them for the garden. And so you can also throw them into compost. And so we picked up 4, there's only 3 here, but 4 big bags. And we've put a little bit of them into the compost. And now we roll this compost tumbler every once in a while, like 5 rolls. And I try and remember to do it, and I add a little bit of water from time to time. We've got our greens, we've got our browns, and the coffee grounds are actually considered greens, so you always need to put in some grounds as well. I'm going to need to go and put some greens in there. I've got some eggshells, coffee grounds, and that's just sawdust, really. Everything you can possibly imagine we put into this compost tumbler.
Exactly.
So it's kind of handy.
You know, it's kind of tough to surprise someone when you live in a 192 square foot cabin together. So she found out about my surprise without too much effort on her part. Even though the surprise might be a bust, Melodi is still quite excited at the prospect of being able to keep her greenhouse better organized. I do have another surprise up my sleeve though. Just off camera is a box set of rocking chairs. One of Melodi's dreams is to start carving wood. You know, to make wooden spoons and stuff like that. And we all know that any good self-respecting wood carver needs a rocking chair to do their whittling. So I'm going to quickly put those together to try and surprise her. And hopefully, she'll get good enough one day to be able to whittle me a set of false teeth for my sunset years. And speaking of surprises, what truly surprised me is that this plastic roof has survived 2 winters up here. And that is a total bonus because I really don't have time yet to swap it out for polycarbonate panels. And you know what? I'm not even sure now that I need to.
Look at this.
Hi, Annie.
Hi. Oh, that's... You have to pardon the disarray because everything's down. Yeah. Because we want to put all this stuff up on Honey, that looks really great.
Yeah, did it the way you wanted. So hopefully this will all work out. I'm going to cut pieces to fit inside. That's why these supports go all the way to the back.
Yeah, right. This is going to be really nice because it doesn't stick out very far.
No.
I have a ton of room here still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think this will be really good.
Look at those. We're going to put those up, eh, honey?
Those lights, yeah. These lights? Yeah.
Yeah, this is just going to be... Ever heard of Butch Art Gardens?
So what you're saying, this has nothing on Bouchard Gardens. Wait a minute. Bouchard Gardens has nothing on us.
That's right.
That's what
exactly.
I mean. 9.5.
Oh man, that's perfect.
And then there'll be 3.5 in the back.
Things like this, like I've got my color-coded bottles. And all of those will just sit up nicely. And so, yeah, this is really, really going to be great. I've got special fertilizers. So...
I think what I'm going to do is notch this out and put these in here and leave the ends wild.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I think so. I'll just notch it out and then I can slide this all the way back, right? And have these in each one. You follow me?
Mm-hmm. That's a lot more work, though. These are going to be just like these pieces here.
Yeah.
And so it's going to look really nice. It's going to be super functional and it'll soon be tidied up.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's work in progress.
Yeah. This is a really nice day, even though it's cloudy. It's a really good temperature. And do you notice something that I'm noticing, honey?
What's that?
What are you noticing out here?
No wind.
No flies.
No flies either.
I'm noticing no flies right now.
I like the no flies.
Like it changes everything.
This is a no fly zone.
Yep, no fly zone.
I am pre-drilling here because the shelving is only 1.5 inches square, and without these pilot holes, the narrow boards would split when screwed down. Sure, drilling pilot holes takes a little extra time, but the result is well worth the effort. The shelving will be stronger and last way longer. I'll line up all the margins when I add the final screws so that it all looks pretty for Melodi.
I always love going out to make checks and see how things are going. It's exciting. Okay, I'm coming out for another one. Wowee, that is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you see how the shelves can extend into the back?
Yeah, I see that. Oh my goodness, is that ever nice? Hey,
Yeah.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, honey, thank you.
Yeah, this is going to straighten it right out.
Oh man, I love it.
I wonder if this will fit in there.
Yeah, like one of those.
Yeah, it should.
Look at that.
Like it had eyes. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
This is going to make an even bigger difference in everything in this greenhouse.
Yeah, I'd be able to use it and, you know.
Like really, really use it. Put things up, hang my tools. I have a brand new thing of tools.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that we bought?
Yeah, I do.
Oh man, I'll probably be in here a lot. And I love my potting table outside because it's also really helpful. But something that I got with the one inside is this potting mat so that I can open this up and pour any soil that falls into it and not lose a single bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice feature to have out here. Here's my coconut bricks, my natural organic coconut bricks. Coconut bricks are compressed blocks of coconut coir, a natural fiber made from coconut husks. When you add water, they expand into a light, fluffy growing medium. They improve water retention, especially in sandy soils like ours. They add aeration so roots can breathe, and they reduce compaction. I don't know where we'll hang this. It's got hangers on it. And I love hanging things more than anything. Oh, look it. Wow. You made it so that they fit the pots?
Yeah.
Or did you know? This is the best thing ever.
Yeah. And you've got these little hangers here.
Yeah, as many hangers as I can get up, I'll use.
Whichever way you want.
I have a whole bunch of things that I want to organize now. And it goes all the way across.
Yeah, isn't that
which
great?
is just the best. Are you going to put the Starlink up on the back?
Yes, I am. Now that the siding's done,
Yeah.
I can actually do that.
He's going to put the Starlink
Yeah, up there. Right up at the top.
up at the top. Wow. Hey, this is fun, this kind of project, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this thing. I'm going to keep
I
this in
measured it
here.
twice and I forgot both times. Yeah?
Yeah. And something special in here that we brought, and I can't wait to open that up. Should we show them the world's loveliest pepper? My goodness! It's really raining. Honey, thank you so, so much.
You're welcome. Oh, my saw.
Your saw's out. Oh no. It's pouring. Oh no. Yeah, all of a sudden it just started to pour.
Well, that's a little better. Hey? All organized. It's got room to walk around. Nothing's overwhelming. Everything has its place. She's got a nice shelf that spans the entire 16 feet. That lemon balm is going crazy and those peppers are loving it. Some strawberries in the corner. Cucumbers and peas, and these tomatoes are unreal. More peppers, onions, more strawberries, and all the stuff that she needs and will need is now up out of the way. Yeah, she's gonna like this. Honey, how am I ever supposed to surprise you if you always come out?
Yeah, I heard a sound out here. Look at the color of those cushions, Ryan.
Yeah, they look nice.
Rocking chairs. Rocking chairs for the deck that we're going to sit and rock and look out at the lake from.
Whoa, there's just all kinds of spiders in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You hate spiders.
I don't like them. These are the big greebly ones too.
You having a refreshment, Opal? Are you having a nice, cool refreshment?
I moved the bag in the greenhouse and it all fell apart, or the box rather.
Oh,
So I figured I might as well put it together.
well, that's not quite as romantic.
Well, I also thought I should surprise my wife.
Oh, there she goes again. You like that nice, refreshing
Oh,
water?
it has a little table too.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Did you know that?
No. I must
Glass table.
have at some point. I must have, but I sure like the looks of it. Oh, this is going to be a big project, hey?
A few pieces here.
Do you think those are waterproof? Do you think the cushions are waterproof?
The polyester, so I would say so.
Oh, how nice.
In about an hour these will be together.
You think so?
Yeah.
Would you like a bite to eat, honey?
You betcha.
Okay. I'll make you another gourmet meal.
Hey, thanks. Boy, this wilderness living is awesome.
You get a gourmet meal every day.
And a happy, smiling wife.
Well, say hello to our new rocking chairs. They are actual rocking chairs. The cushions are up at the moment because it has been raining really on and off and quite heavily. So the cushions are up. Perfect. Okay, honey. Happy birthday. Honey?
Nailed it. Honey, all those cake decorating classes are really paying off.
And you know how we always said that we would be completely authentic? See, look at that beautiful cake, honey.
It's very lovely. I don't understand this part right here. What's that part for? Oh, there's a hole in the middle.
It's just I had to prop it up. But aside from that, turn it back.
What's that hole? Is that the mouse? Is that its mouse?
Okay, turn it back.
Is this cake gonna eat me?
Honey, how do you feel about being 60?
Better than this cake.
Oh,
I love the cake, honey. That's the best one so far.
Honey, turn it to the nice side.
We went from Oreo pudding to something I couldn't read.
No, an angel food cake. That was wonderful.
With the unintelligible piping. That was a good one. I like that.
How old are you?
40.
Okay, how old are you?
I want to be 40.
How old are you?
60.
Do you love it?
No.
Aw, happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, we've had a couple of days of some serious rain and just generally gross weather. But today is a special day. 2 reasons. 1, it's my birthday. I'm now 60, but don't tell anybody. And 2, I'm going to finish that. So that's what I have to do today, and I'm going to get going right now.
Well, the exterior of the cabin is nearly finished. I can finally see the finish line, and boy, am I ever excited. Those trapezoid windows, sure they look cool, but everything about them is difficult. They're difficult to frame the rough openings, difficult to side around, difficult to trim out, even difficult to find blinds for. But my sweet loves them. So do I. I sure hope the measuring goes better this time though. And I tell you something, the best thing about getting the exterior done will be removing this scaffolding. I'll keep it for maintenance and so forth, but it will be so nice to not have to look at it every day. Well, I'm fully committed now. Once you start using the saw, there's no going back. Once the corners are all trimmed up nice, the only thing I have to do is carry them up onto the scaffolding and nail them in.
Okay, I measured twice, I cut once. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Let's see if it works. There we go. I thought I had it completely backwards. Okay. That doesn't quite fit. close. But not close enough. All right, where's it messed up?
Rats, it doesn't fit. But it's close. At least this will only require a slight modification. So I'm going to remove this tape because the panels will need to be cleaned up before they meet.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that green tape actually stuck really well to the Tyvek. It thinned it out to the point where I didn't want to leave it. It looked like the structural integrity of the Tyvek was actually weakened, so I'm going to add a layer of tuck tape to it to try to give it a little bit more strength. I'm back from trimming the edge of the panel where it meets the bottom of the window. This allowed it to lift enough to mate with the siding below it, and also to meet with the ladder rafters up at the top near the soffit area. So, in the end, the overall size was right. I just had to adjust the window cutout a little. And you know what? I'm happy with the result. I'm applying a full bead of perimeter caulking here, all around the window. I don't want any moisture to get in behind the siding. Caulking is messy and, well, messy. But it's necessary to keep everything watertight. Melody thinks it looks like great fun to put caulking on. And you know what? She also thinks that drywalling is fun too. This is one of those few things that we differ on. Yes, I could put Z flashing here along this horizontal seam, but I really don't like the look of it. The reality is that this siding is nailed against the sheathing, so it will not move. And I think a liberal amount of caulk with 2 coats of thick, high quality exterior paint loaded with solids ought to protect it just fine. At the end of the day, I want that seam to be hidden. And I think the caulk and the paint will do a pretty good job of making that happen. Four. Oh yeah, that is looking good.
That.
Okay, I'm coming out to do a little investigation because I hear something. And look at this. The cabin siding is up.
Yeah, I just have this trim at the top to do and the fascia detail, and it's all done.
And the only thing we have to do is the painting.
Yeah, and that'll get done when we get back from our supply run.
Right. Wow, wow, wow. Does that ever look good? No more Tyvek writing, no more red tape. We don't like red tape.
Nope.
The red tape.
Red tape is our enemy.
Yeah. Wow, that looks really great.
Yeah, it turned out good.
Yeah, it really did. Today was going to be our Saskatoon picking day. If we don't do it soon, I think we might miss some. So these are right in front of the cabin. And we really want to go over to Berry Point and get some because I think the ones there are quite a bit bigger. So that's a good one though.
Well, he's just putting on the outside trim, and honestly, we are just about done. He's going to make a little box for that fan up there and wrap it with some bug screen so that no bugs can get in there.
You're on the upward swing there, eh?
I am. Except my depth gauge isn't working.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, you're putting the trim on now.
Yeah.
I guess you have to make that little box for the bug screen there. I was just saying.
I was just thinking about that today.
Yeah. The trim along the window is just stuck up there temporarily. It's just soaking. Everything's soaking wet, hey?
All I have left is a fascia trim underneath that flashing, that drip edge flashing there. But I have to do a bit of work on that still. As you can see, I've run the roof wild past it. I haven't cut it yet. And that flashing should be over top of the edge of the roof. But that's just the way I did it for now because I was in a hurry. Anyways, I'm just going to stick that tape back up, do a little caulking here, and get it all ready for paint. So it's looking good. Okay, this is a terrific birthday present. I've officially done all the siding on the cabin. I just have a little bit of trim. We have to go pick up some trim tomorrow. Got fascia trim up top. And a little bit more of this coned face. Some for the bottom, this side here, and then of course around that window. But I have enough coned face to do around the fireplace exit. And I think I've got enough to make a little vent. So I'll try those tomorrow maybe. But all in all, it's been a good day. Woohoo! So we had a torrential rainstorm yesterday, and all the water from up there came rushing down here and created this little canyon. There's our compost bin. Look at that. Created a canyon right there. But then it created a super canyon right here. Check this out. Look at this. Whoa!
Melody said she wanted me to make a little ramp down. Well, just had to wait for it to rain, because now we've got a little ramp down. So I can actually walk down the canyon. It's kind of cool. Shows the power of water. Look at this, eh? We've been having some issues with the fuel sending unit. It's been causing us to think we had fuel when we actually didn't, and Pepper's actually run out of diesel a couple of times. So the dealer asked me to check to see if the fuel sender was put in backwards. So here I am. I'm going to look at the sending unit for the fuel tank, and I'm going to see if it was accidentally put in backwards. Well, it doesn't look like it was put in backwards. It looks like it only goes in one way. Can't actually take the unit out. Not without dropping the tank. I don't know how it could have been put in backwards, because this cord attaches here like that. So I think it only goes one way. There's only so much mobility here, you know? Well, I can move it one position to the right, see if that changes anything. But just judging by the length of this cord, I don't think this thing could have been put in 180 degrees backwards. Pepper's back door was smashed a couple of times and we had to have it replaced. And to do that, they would have had to drop the fuel tank, which is why everybody was thinking maybe the sender was put in backwards. But turns out that's not the case. Because these holes are not equidistant, believe it or not. If I take this out and turn it back the way it was, now the holes line up. The space between these two holes is larger than the space between the other holes. So this can only go one way. This thing here may be able to spin a few degrees, but definitely not 180. There's not enough cable here to do that. So this little investigation is over. I can't see this being the problem. Okay, this is my third attempt at a surprise for Melody today. I am installing a little solar panel here that will power a set of lights that I will be hanging from inside the greenhouse. And I'm thinking the effect will be spectacular, and I know she will love it. This little solar panel is only about 8 inches square. It's amazing to me how little power is required to run a whole string of LED lights.
Well, I had no idea that my husband surprised me and did something very, very sweet. I had no idea what was going on until I looked over there. Those are solar lights making our little dream greenhouse into a magical place to visit. No matter what time of day, it's absolutely beautiful.
Mission accomplished. I was finally able to surprise Melody.
If you're new to our channel, this story didn't start today.
That's right. Head back to Season 1 to binge all of our playlists to see how this remote island homestead began.
Every chapter of the My Wild Home experience builds on the one before it.
So grab your favorite drink and catch up on our story.
And we'll see you on the next one.